this year we experienced 2 cruises, a Mediterranean cruise with Marella and a Norwegian fjords cruise with P&O.
We enjoyed both, but we thought this would be a great opportunity to compare the two and see which one comes out on top.
So let's get into the comparison. So let's start with the cabin, first of all. So we'll start with Marella. We had an indoor cabin on both of them, but Marella's was more of an older decor, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's an older ship.
Also had quite a small TV. I know that's not a big deal because you're not in the cabin a lot, but it was a small TV compared to P&O.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it didn't have a fridge.
Yeah.
But there was space for a fridge.
There was space for a fridge, but it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
But it was quite a spacious cabin, I think, compared to P&O. It did have more room.
Yeah.
I thought.
So that was a good plus for that. But yeah, overall, it was good. I mean, for an inside cabin, I think it was fine. There was nothing wrong with the room, spacious, it was good. So going on to P&O, that one was a lot more modern. It was obviously being a newer ship, that's what you'd expect. It did have a fridge, which was a good plus.
Yeah, because we had to store some of our drinks.
P&O also had a much bigger TV as well. And also they had an on-demand, which is pretty good. So like there was plenty of movies and TV shows, so you know, if you want to, before going to sleep, just pop something on for a bit, then that's there. Whereas I think on Marella there's only about 4 or 5 channels that were worth watching anyway.
The cabin on P&O was slightly smaller than Marella though, even though it was more modern and everything. Just had a bit less room at either side of the bed and just a bit less space to get changed, but it wasn't a big deal. So out of 5 we've given Marella 3 out of 5 and P&O 4 out of 5. And just those little extras that it has. But they were both comfortable and we enjoyed our stay on both. So next we're on to food. So with Marella, it had really good main dining room food.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I don't think there was only maybe one that we were disappointed with.
I think strangely enough it might have been the first night from what I remember. It wasn't too great, but then every meal, main dining room meal we had after that was really good.
Yeah,
we were impressed with them.
Really consistent. The buffet,
not so great.
A bit more tragic.
I think usually with buffets you do find they're quite bland, don't you?
Yes.
That was definitely the case on Marella. I also don't think there was much choice there.
No, especially not for vegetarians.
Yeah.
Like for example, one day there was like a cucumber sandwich for lunch for vegetarians and that was about it. So choice there was limited, I would say. So around the pool they had Beach Cove and Snack Shack. And the Beach Cove again didn't have lots for vegetarians, but it was just a little corner thing. I had a tofu pitta.
Yeah, so you could choose different breads. So you've got pitta, baguette, I think there's a few different options, and then you can choose your filling. So yeah, you had tofu, but they didn't really cook the tofu too well, did they?
No, it was very, very soft.
Yeah.
But it's okay for a quick bite around the pool.
Yeah, and then there's also the Snack Shack around the pool, which is like burgers, chips, wings, and cookies. The cookies were quite dry though, weren't they? It was sort of like a dry shortbread.
Yeah.
We didn't really enjoy them.
So Nonna's was our favourite on board with the pizzas and the pastas. You make your own, you fill in like a little form, don't you?
Yeah.
What you want on each thing. Really nice, really fresh. So that was our favourite place to go.
Yeah, that was really good. We loved that. So going on to P&O, their main dining room, I'd say, was a bit more hit and miss for us.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd like it, sometimes be a bit. But but I would say probably more choice again for vegans, vegetarians, in the main dining room. But it was nice when it was nice.
Yeah, so there's lots of main dining rooms to choose from. From what I remember on Marella, there was just the one when it was latitude, so you just had that one. Obviously, they all have the same menu on P&O, but you've got different ones. So you've got Pearl, Coral,
Opal,
all
those ones. But obviously, you need more with more people on board anyway.
So the buffet, I'd say, was a little bit better than Marella, purely because of more choice and a little bit more taste, maybe not as bland.
Yeah, still wasn't the best thing ever, but it was slightly better, I think, and more choices again for vegetarians and stuff. And it also had a bit more variety of the types of cuisine compared to Marella, I thought. So
like with Nonna's on Marella, you also have a really good included restaurant with P&O, which is Olive Grove, and we really loved that, didn't we?
Yeah, that was my favourite meal of the week. So good.
Yeah,
so tasty.
But that one you do have to book quite far in advance, like as soon as you get on board. I think you might even be able to book it before you get on board. So make sure you do that. It's a really good restaurant. We loved that one.
We would have liked to go more than once, but we couldn't get in there. So Marella out of 5, we've given them a 3, and P&O, we've given them a 3.5. Just take the edge, just for more variety and choice.
Yeah.
So next we're on to drinks. So this is, I guess, a bit more of a straightforward comparison because Marella is all-inclusive, P&O is not. So even though it was all-inclusive, you're not going to get premium drinks on Marella. So
unless you get the premium package,
yeah,
obviously.
which is extra, which we didn't feel the need to pay extra. But yeah, the drinks that we had were nicer, that were included. They were fine.
It includes cocktails as well with your all-inclusive package, which is really good. You get quite a lot of choice. Obviously, there's some that are going to be on the premium, but you've still got a good choice to save that we didn't have to pay any extra. Which is really good.
Absolutely. So yeah, no complaints really.
P&O, obviously, it's not included in your price, so you had to pay extra for all drinks, including Coke, alcohol, everything was an extra charge. You had a couple of cocktails, didn't you? So, which you did like.
I did really like them, even though on the pricier end, I think they were really good quality and more variety, because obviously if you're paying extra for them, they're giving you more variety, more choice, more quality is better. But if you wanted to pay for a drinks package, it was quite expensive on P&O. I think it was like £45 each.
It's quite a lot
a day.
Yeah, which for us just isn't worth it.
Not worth it. So.
Especially for me, because I don't really drink much alcohol, so I was just having Coke every day, and obviously you can't have one has an alcohol package and one doesn't.
The annoying thing.
So it wasn't really worth it for us.
The scores, quite straightforward. I mean, Marella we've given 4 out of 5 because it was included, and the quality was good, and then P&O 3 out of 5. So next one to staff. So Marella had the best staff.
They were great, weren't they?
They were amazing. They could not do enough for you, so friendly. They get to know you because it's the same people, like doing your rooms and things like that, serving you, because it's a smaller ship as well. Yeah,
so like they remember your names as well. We had the guy cleaning our room every day would always be like, "Hi Amy, hi Zach," and it's just that really personal touch, and it was just really nice.
Yeah, I loved it, and making us little towel animals every day. It was just really nice. Everyone said hello when you were walking around the ship. Yeah, could not fault them.
Yeah. So on to P&O. So P&O, I feel like we didn't really engage with the staff as much as we did on Marella, because there wasn't as much staff as maybe there should have been on board relative to the amount of people that were there. The staff were really busy, obviously, trying to do as much as they can.
Yeah.
And so you maybe didn't really engage with them as much. We didn't get the towel animals either on P&O.
No, I just don't think they had the time to do things like that. Yeah, everyone was friendly when you did see them. Like, they say hello, but I just don't think it was as personal. Because of that reason. So the scores, Marella, we've given them 5 out of 5 because I couldn't fault them. P&O 3 out of 5. I just think if they had a bit more staff, maybe you would get that more personal interaction. So on to entertainment. So Marella, we loved their shows, didn't we?
Amazing, yeah.
Got amazing shows and variety, I guess, as well of the shows. It was really good how they remember all that choreography. It's a different one each night.
It was absolutely incredible.
It's not repeated, so that was really fun.
So there was loads of dancing involved. There was acting, one that more focused on acting, singing, so many different types of shows and variety. The actual theatre itself, I think, was really good as well. And the seating and everything.
Really liked that. Just the space that you had to sit down and the little tables to put your drinks on and things.
And you get a drink, don't you, when you walk into the
they have
theatre, like a table.
Yeah, a table full of drinks. You just hand it out, so you don't even have to get up and get something and bring it in.
It was amazing. Can't really fault the entertainment.
I loved it.
P&O, the entertainment wasn't as regular, so they didn't have like a theatre show every single night, did they? No. But what they did have on was still really good. Yeah. We still enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah, I did. It was, I guess, more. They were probably trying to have more variety of different things on P&O. But the talent was still there, and they had the aerial shows, which
in the Sky Dome
didn't have, which was a nice addition. So you could choose the entertainment that you wanted. And
they also had live shows as well, live bands in Sky Dome as well. So the only thing that we weren't impressed with was the Nicole Scherzinger night, which I just don't think went down very well.
I still don't understand what it was meant to be. But yeah, I guess it's hit and miss. It depends what you like to do, what you like to watch. Just the theatre itself, though, when we're watching the shows, it was like cinema seats with no tables to put your drinks up. Just little things like that. It was a bit because people would come and go and then try and squeeze past each other, and I don't know, just a bit more cramped.
Yeah.
So for that, we've given Marella 5 out of 5 and P&O 4 out of 5. So activities next. So with Marella, it was very limited. I think if you like to do a lot of stuff, it's not the best.
No, especially with it being an older ship. Obviously it's not going to have stuff that huge ships have got in terms of like go-karts, climbing wall, anything like that. So activities is purely just things that they put on maybe around the bars and stuff, like quizzes.
Yeah, quizzes.
I think they had some ballroom lessons or something like that.
Yeah, one or two ballroom lessons. We didn't actually make it to those, but yeah, and then mini golf on top.
They had mini golf.
But that's weather dependent, I would say.
They had a cinema, but P&O have a cinema as well. Most ships have a cinema. We didn't go to it, but that's there. So on to P&O. We quite liked their activities. They had quite a lot on it. Again, it's not a ship where you've got like, climbing, go-karts, whatever.
It's not like
but I feel like what they put on was maybe a little bit more interesting in terms of they had archery, they had line dancing, which we loved. We did that twice.
Loved it.
They had crafts as well, which you liked.
A variety of crafts as well, lots of different things.
So yeah, you made that little, was it like a mini gong?
Yeah, made
sock
gong, did macrame. Those luggage tags.
I'd say.
And the old napkin.
Oh yeah, napkin folding. So there was quite a lot we did.
Quite a variety of different things.
They had quizzes as well. I don't think we actually did one on P&O, did we? We did one on Marella, but not P&O.
No.
I'd say the only downside was having to pay for the crafts.
Yes, I think that everything else was included, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Crafts weren't, and it depends. I mean, some were good value, others not so much, and limited people could do it as well. I feel like that was a problem. So, for example, the luggage tags were free. $7.50 for the macrame, so you got 2 key rings with that and a drink with it, which I thought was good value. But then doing the gonk, which is basically just cardboard and and some socks, was £10, no drink, so it was a bit.
That was extortion.
Yeah.
Because I think we both were going to do that, but then we saw that it was a tenner and we were like, no, we're not paying 20 quid for 2 sock gonks.
Yes, so yeah, maybe they should include more free crafts.
Yeah.
So for the activities, we've given Marella 2 out of 5 and P&O 3 out of 5. So the next one is pools, which is important to some, not so much to others. So Marella only had the one pool, well technically 2, which is separated by just a little gap. It was on the same deck. So I guess when if it's a sunny sea day and everyone's round one, it's a bit hard to get in it.
Yeah, so it's quite, if it was a nice day in port and there wasn't much to do in port and people came back early or whatever, that you'd find that all the decking area would just be swarming with people, so it was difficult to find like a sun lounger. The actual pool itself wasn't really that busy because it was absolutely freezing in there. I tried to go in. I think I dipped a single toe in and then backed out.
Like it was an ice pool.
Yeah, they definitely need to warm that up. In terms of jacuzzis, there's not many and they're all sort of in the same area again near the pool.
Yeah,
so they're not like they're not spread around the ship or anything. They're just all in that one area. We
never
go
managed to get in.
They were always full, probably because the pool was so freezing.
Yeah. So P&O have 4 pools, which includes one infinity pool to look out over the edge, which we went in, which was really nice.
That's great. Yeah,
just to look at the back of the ship.
Yeah, beautiful views from there. We really liked that. Again, it can get full because it's the only infinity pool, so we got up at like 7:30 to go in there. But unlike Marella, this one is actually slightly heated.
Yes,
it's not so that one's not as cold to get into, which is good.
And then it has 18 whirlpools, jacuzzis.
Yeah, loads.
Loads dotted around. Again, it can get busy on busy days, busy sea days, but it's the more spread out.
Yeah, so you're more than like, even if it was middle of the day, you could probably at some point find a whirlpool to go in, which is good.
Yes.
And they were really good. We enjoyed that, didn't we?
Yeah, we always loved going those.
P&O as well, they've got an indoor pool like the Sky Dome one. That one was always absolutely rammed, especially kids. They always seem to go to that one, so we didn't really ever sit around that one or go in that one. But they do have that one as well if you want, like if it's like bad weather or whatever.
Yes. So scores, Marella, we've given them 3 out of 5 and P&O just has the edge at 4 out of 5. So the final one is value for money. So this is not necessarily how much we paid because they are different experiences, but it's for what you get for your money.
Yeah.
Marella's obviously all inclusive, so your flights are included, your food, drinks, up to an extent, transfers.
Yeah,
from the airport.
They basically sort everything out, so obviously that's a massive plus.
Yes,
for them.
Absolutely. P&O, obviously you make your own way to the ship because it's from Southampton. Obviously drinks aren't included unless you have a drinks package. Obviously food and entertainment are always included. But for us, obviously, we went at different times of year, different places, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah, it is, and
really.
Especially with the P&O one, we got a Black Friday deal, so
Yes.
that for us was really good in terms of value for money. Like, even though we didn't get the drinks, it was for everything else we got and where we went.
Yes.
Obviously, it was
You would
Norwegian
not get a
Fjords
week's
cruise.
holiday anywhere else.
It was
for that.
really good value. So for that reason, we'd probably give them the edge. But obviously, it's dependent.
Yeah, it depends what
So
you see as value for money.
It is a bit of a difficult one to really rate.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be different.
Yeah, I do think that Marella, even though it is all inclusive, I feel like it was a bit pricey.
Yeah,
for
I
what
think
it was.
again it just depends. Like if you drink a lot, then obviously it's going to be great value for you.
Yeah.
We don't.
No.
So we would probably say that for us, value for money for our 2 cruises this year would be P&O.
Yes, I would give the edge to P&O.
Yeah.
Just for all the things we mentioned, the food and the entertainment and activities and things like that, I would give the edge. I personally would rather have no drinks included and not have to fly anywhere and pay like half the price.
Yeah, exactly.
So our overall winner would be P&O. That's not to say we didn't enjoy
No, we love them both.
Marella, but P&O we probably would be more likely to get a cruise with them again. I think Marella, we're glad we experienced it and it had some really good points, but I don't think we personally, unless it was a good deal, would.
Yeah. And I think it depends on the ship. Obviously, we're comparing Explorer 2 to the Iona, whereas Voyager, Marella Voyager, is a pretty new ship, so it could be a completely different experience. But just going off the ships that we went on, I think we'd give the edge to P&O.
Yeah, I think we definitely would go on like P&O Iona or Arvia.
Yeah.
Again. As Marella, I would be happy to experience one of their newer ships.
Yeah, I know they do like a Voyager 3-day cruise, sometimes the 80s and 90s ones. I think we'd love to do that.
Interesting to experience.
Yeah.
Something that's a bit cheaper, a bit more budget friendly. So that was our rundown of what we liked and didn't like about the 2 experiences. But obviously this is just our opinion. Everyone's different. Some people will prefer the drinks or not care about the entertainment or, for different cabins. So it's definitely just our experience and our opinions.
Yeah.
So take them with a pinch of salt. But even though it's our opinion, I hope it was helpful in some way for you to make your own decisions. We tried not to base our opinions or reviews on where we went because they were 2 completely different places.
Yeah.
And we tried not to let our seasickness on Marella affect our opinion because we did have a choppy cruise.
Yeah, for the entire week.
Yeah. If you want to see that in more detail or videos from it, click this video and check it out.